What's going down? Welcome back to the Fuck This Shit podcast. I'm your host, Dre, back again. As always, we start this podcast off the same way. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to this motherfucker. Maybe even watch it since we live on the video tip every motherfucking episode now, man. We really got this shit rolling, y'all. I told y'all, we going to fucking Disney World and get everything a nigga could do. Oh shit. I mean, knocking over the whole. Oh, Peter Griffin, my knee. Um, I'm good, y'all. I promise. I Anyway, so back to what we was talking about and back to the podcast. Sorry, y'all. I almost died. Um, yeah, man, we got the video shit popping, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you follow us on all social media platforms, including YouTube now. We on YouTube at FTS Podcast, so make sure you go subscribe there. On Facebook at FTS Podcast, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Reddit at Fuck This Shit Pod. Um, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe on your listening platform. Make sure you follow on your listening platform. That way you can get the notifications. And, if you like to get access to an extra episode every weekend, like 40, 50 fucking episodes from the past that's locked up right now. You know what I'm saying? Tap in for the $4.99. You know what I'm saying? Come be a part of the family. Come be one of my real kids. You know what I'm saying? Because, earlier in the last episode, I was telling y'all how, this podcast is like your mama and y'all are like my kids. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to work things out with your mama. Well, the niggas who pay the $4.99, they're like the kids that I had with their mama. Like they're our kids together. The rest of y'all who just listen, y'all are like the kids who she had before we got together. I still treat y'all the same. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, y'all call me Dre and they call me Daddy. So I mean, you think it's if you let's just be real about what's going on here. That's all I'm saying. Um, I don't want y'all. I wouldn't be like that as a stepdad. Y'all. I don't want y'all to think that. I wouldn't treat the other kids different unless they treated me different. Oh boy, I'll say that. That's something I haven't really thought about. But if I went in there, y'all niggas calling me Dre and shit like that over here acting like I ain't shit. Don't worry about it. I ain't gonna beef. I ain't gonna fight with no fucking kids. I ain't here for you. I'm here for your mama anyway. I don't care. You ain't even gotta like a nigga, bro. Um, but what I tell you for sure is that you know, if you don't fuck with me, don't be. When you get these basic birthday presents, nigga, don't be. I be getting you presents like Bree used to get me for Father's Day. Nigga, you be done got a chef made out of flower pots. Y'all just, um, but for real, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm really just trying to keep my energy and my motivation up because I'd be motherfucking lying to y'all if I didn't tell you that I already recorded this entire episode last night, and I didn't have the fucking audio. It's different shit that I'm doing now with the video and the audio, and I'm trying to incorporate all these different things. And I missed a step, and basically every video that I played throughout that motherfucker had no sound at all. And I like was stopping in the middle of it because there was no way for me to just add them in afterwards. It was y'all, so I'm back. So it's just practice though. You know what I'm saying? For me to get used to the transitions and get more comfortable going from one thing to the next. I feel like ultimately it's gonna be better for me and the podcast. That's what I'm gonna keep telling myself. So that I don't lose my fucking mind. Um because I done spent my whole, y'all know I don't get but 3 hours off a month. And now I'm over here on my little off days having to do all this extra anyway. So okay. Uh Anyway, we back though. Point is we here, we back. Shit live. Um, I ain't got shit else for y'all on the intro tip, man. My life boring. I ain't been doing shit. I've been raising my baby. Blaze has been Blaze, you know what I'm saying? Bree has been Bree. Everybody doing good. It is some shit going on in my life, but I ain't talking to y'all about it on this motherfucker because it's crazy, bruh. It's crazy. My life is crazy, fam. But I'm getting through it. I ain't stressed out. I ain't sweating shit. I'm really just on some chill shit. So whatever. We gonna take a little quick break and then we gonna actually get into the podcast because y'all know what it is. I got to get my pennies. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't be in here wasting my time for no dimes. You know what I'm saying? I can't be doing my thing for no change. You know what I'm saying? I can't be telling you to deal without no dollar bills. But no, for real. We gonna go into a quick little break. We'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? And we get into the shit. And just like that, we back. We wasn't gone too long. You know what I'm saying? Just a little short break. If you on the video portion of the podcast, it shouldn't really be no break. You feel what I'm saying? Because there ain't no ads in there. Not yet. You know what I'm saying? Till YouTube monetize you, boy. Then I'm going to have ads. There, y'all niggas don't like ads. Well, y'all better like subscriptions. That's what I know. I'm just playing. I'm not playing. But the thing about a nigga like me is, I pay extra to not have ads. I got YouTube Premium. I got all my shit. If it's an ad, if you could pay extra and not have to watch the commercials, I just pay the extra. Cause fuck a commercial, nigga. I already know what I want to buy. I don't need no commercials. But I do need some sponsors so that y'all can listen to some commercials so I can get some bags because I'm tired of going to work. But anyway, we getting started, man. We jumping the shit off. We don't got no theme music for it yet, but we got news from Oklahoma that's actually world, you know what I'm saying? Like U.S. news too type shit. So we're gonna jump right off with this shit, man. Oklahoma House passes a bill banning abortion at conception. This bill could be the strictest abortion ban Oklahoma has passed. The Oklahoma House on Thursday passed a bill that would ban abortions at conception. House Bill 4327 also would be enforced using civil lawsuits. The bill could be the strictest abortion ban Oklahoma has passed. It is my sincere hope that in addition to the criminal bill passed this session, a civil liability bill will provide strong additional protection of the life of unborn children in Oklahoma, Stearman said in a news release. Those opposed to the bill said they are concerned that it sets are concerned that it sets conception as a threshold. They also worried that different forms of contraceptives could be banned next. The bill's author said the bill is just about abortion. Uh, State Representative Wendy Stearman pointed to the language that states abortion does not include or use does not include the use or provision of Plan B or any other contraception. Stearman and Republican colleagues have made their position clear. They will not let abortions happen in Oklahoma under their watch. I value life, and it should never be permitted by law to take the life of an unborn child or unborn. House bill heads to Governor Stitt's desk. He's gonna sign that shit. Like he already, yeah. Governor said he'll sign any pro-life bill that comes across his desk. I already knew that shit, bro. That nigga signing whatever come across his motherfucking desk, bro. That shit is wild. Um, I wasn't gonna talk. I didn't in the original recording of this episode. I did not talk about this because it happened today, I think. And if it didn't happen so late yesterday that I didn't notice. But then I seen one of my friends, one of my homegirls, post about it, talking about as a woman she don't feel safe in Oklahoma type shit. Or like it was like something like that, not protected or not safe or something. But the point remains the same, man. That shit is unreal to me. Like I don't want to make the same point that it doesn't make sense to me. Like I don't want to make the same point that like these pro life people are not really pro life or that fucking these motherfuckers have all the understanding of medical freedom and choice when it comes to a fucking vaccine, but when it comes to like having to carry a baby to term, there's like no consideration there whatsoever. There's no. What I will say is this: being a man, believe it or not, I have and never will carry a child, but I have seen my mom have. I watched my mom go through 3 pregnancies. I watched my oldest mom's pregnancy. I watched my youngest daughter's mom's pregnancies. And just being next to a woman who's pregnant for that amount of time, you understand the, I don't know if commitment is the word, the challenge, I don't know what, I don't even know what word you would use to really conceptualize what it is to carry a child in yourself for 9 months and then birth that child. I have seen every woman who I've ever seen pregnant, I have seen in tears because they are just so exhausted at some point. Um, and they wanted all those kids. And every woman who I'm talking about wanted the baby. I've never seen a woman carry a baby that she didn't want. And I couldn't even fathom mentally how you would even get through that. How difficult it is for women when they pregnant and when they carrying these babies. I couldn't fathom going through that with the baby that you didn't want. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. I'm not even gonna, it's kind of like the gay thing. I feel like we always go to the farthest example. Like, well, what if you get raped by your uncle? Like, what if you and your husband just don't want another baby? Or don't want this original baby? Like, what if it's just that? Like, that, to me, it is irresponsible to bring a child into the world that you are not ready for and do not want. And for there to not be any, to live in this vacuum where it's like, well, then don't have sex. Okay. But motherfuckers are gonna, it's like, it all follows a pattern in these places though, because when you grow up in Oklahoma, even our sex education in Oklahoma is basically abstinence training. They're like, don't have sex and you won't get STDs or get pregnant. But there's not much real sex education in Oklahoma. They're like, don't do it. Because that's like they live in this linear mentality. They like think in this manner where it's like, if you make mistakes, you're a bad person. If you don't do everything exactly the way that they thought it was supposed to be done, you're a bad person, and therefore you deserve whatever happens to you. Until it's one of their kids, though. But then it's a whole different thing because like no, you don't know them, da 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 da, and it's just wild how it just frustrates me because it just goes to show me that they completely understand. They just don't give a fuck. And to say that, and in that article it says, the bill strictly says that Plan B doesn't count, and blah 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 blah, but we've already been shown that we have a Supreme Court that's not going to provide any protections uh, against abortion rights, and if if it starts at conception, like by that logic, I can't really understand why Plan B would be allowed. By the logic they've already said they believe in, I can't really see how. I mean, I guess because technically Plan B is supposed to stop conception. I guess it's not supposed to actually like abort a fetus or even like I don't think it like kills an already conceived. You know what I'm saying? Fertilized egg. I don't think it does that. Maybe that's why it doesn't fall under this, but still, if my understanding of Plan B is so wishy washy on like exactly how it works, these motherfuckers don't know. And if they, I'm just saying it ain't too long before. It ain't too long before your only options are don't have sex if you don't want kids, and I'm not down with that because I don't want to be having kids all willy nilly. But shit, I want to do what I want to do. I'm fucking grown. I'm grown and I should have full right to do what I want to do. And then you can't even just be like, there'll be those people who are like, well, if you just protect yourself, if you just wear condoms, like condoms break, motherfucking, it be this defective shit. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just don't sometimes. Like it's human nature. People ain't perfect. People don't always do the right thing. So to have it set up where anytime you don't do the right thing, if anything happens, well, fuck it, nigga, raise the baby. Okay, but there's like no safety net for motherfuckers to even like help with kids. You like raise the baby, we pro life, and then motherfuckers is like, let's push forward some legislation for free childcare so that people who have kids can, provide better lives for them. It's like fuck that. We're not giving handouts to these poors. What? Fuck them broke ass kids. Tell them to put socks on their hands in the wintertime and quit bitching. Tell them to pull themselves out by the bootstrap. If they don't have boots, tell them to pull themselves up out of sock latex. Goddamn. Just, it's annoying, bro. It's annoying as fuck. And it just sucks because we all know that there's really nothing that can be done in a place like Oklahoma. It's really not a ton that can even be done about that in the short term anyway. They gonna run rampant with what they doing, but I mean, like, honestly, I'm not even gonna cap. Sometimes you don't want to make everything the conversation about voting, but as I've said before, in a representative democracy, that really is about the only thing you can do in situations like this. And voting is how all of these things happened. You know, I think sometimes that we build this narrative that, like, oh, I don't vote because your vote doesn't matter. Nothing happens when you vote. Da, 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 da. But that's not true. All the stuff that you see happening is happening because of the people who vote. It's because of who the people who vote are. You know what I'm saying? The actual issue is not that voting doesn't work. The actual issue is that motherfuckers don't be doing it. Not even to the point to where even when you say, well, you know, they gerrymander districts or they go out of their way to suppress votes or they do all these other things, that is all accurate and true. But the people who greenlight those decisions were voted in before. So it's just like, you know, leftover from some old voting, number one. And number two, because they're going to make it difficult for you to do, doesn't like make the excuse. You know people like that who are like that about other things in life. And I know you hate them because I hate them. You ever meet a motherfucker who they want to do something or they're talking about something, or this is actually how it usually happens. Somebody will like have an issue, they'll have a problem, and they'll be telling you about it, and you'll try and help them solve the problem. They'll be like, oh, you know, I can't seem to get my credit right. You know, it seems like my credit is da 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 da. You'd be like, well, I mean, you know, who do you owe? Who do you owe some money to? Did you try to dispute some of those things and see if any of them will fall off? Oh, yeah, but you know, I think you gotta like go on the websites and then you got to know which ones to go to, and then a lot of times they probably don't even, it like a lot of times the dispute don't even go through. I did it one time, I had disputed one time and it didn't even come off. So I just, that's how y'all niggas sound about voting to me. I voted this one time where I said my homie had voted and nigga Trump still won. Really? You don't say. You don't fucking say. But that's a whatever kind of situation too. It is what it is, man. Motherfuckers will be however they want to be on that. I actually hope that some of this stuff works in the greater benefit, because I do think that there will be some people who weren't going to vote who will vote as a result of this. And I don't think, the one thing I will say that the one bright spot is that I don't think the Republicans have anyone else left. Like, they're consistently turning out everyone. Like, everyone who's going to turn out for them turns out every time. They niggas come. They niggas show up. Our issue is our niggas are iffy and they only show up when they feel like it. So sometimes they get, and they just do more with, it's easier to build a coalition when your just whole platform is built on keep the blacks out. You know what I'm saying? It's a little difficult when you're trying to like have this big umbrella where you inviting in all of these different people with all of these different interests. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's a more difficult task. But fuck them niggas. That's what I know. That's what I know is fuck them niggas. Some more abortion shit. Internal DHS memo warns of threats from extremists on both sides after Roe leak. As internal Department of Homeland Security warns, an internal Department of Homeland Security memo warns about the rising threats from abortion rights extremists on both sides after the leak of the Supreme Court draft opinion that would overturn Roe versus Wade. According to a copy of the memo obtained Wednesday by NBC News, Axios was the first to report on the details of the memo. Like how they got to get them niggas they props. Like, yeah, it wasn't really us. Anyway, They really ghostwriters. Anyway, since the draft opinion was published on May 2nd, the National Capital Region Threat Intelligence Consortium, ooh, that is a mouthful. The National Capital Region Threat Intelligence Consortium has identified at least 25 violent threats on social media that were referred to law enforcement agencies for further investigation, according to the memo from DHS's Office of Intelligence and Analysis. The author also noted several social media accounts that encourage violence at abortion rights rallies by sharing images and comments of vehicles ramming into lawful protesters. Some of these threats discuss burning down or storming the U.S. Supreme Court and murdering justices and their clerks, members of Congress, and lawful demonstrators. The report, which is unclassified and based on open source reporting, included information gleaning from social media posts and news outlets. The Office of Intelligence and Analysis noted accurately determining which, if any, of these threats will culminate in violence remains a significant challenge. I feel that actually the line between when these motherfuckers are just talking shit and when they're gonna do something is probably so difficult to really determine. Cause most motherfuckers not popping shit, right? 95% of these motherfuckers, 99% of these motherfuckers ain't doing nothing but sharing posts on Facebook. But some of these motherfuckers is really gonna do that shit. And it just goes to show how like crazy polarizing a topic this is, because it's just people who are like the motivations are coming from such opposite places. Like these one people are coming from this like sanctified position of this is what saves America from burning in hell, and then the other people are like, we just want to be able to have our own, we just want to be able to make our own medical decisions, and we feel like that's like our right that we should be able to do. And so a lot of like the animus you see comes from that conservative side, but then we got some kooks on the left too. We got a couple of them niggas too. I mean, listen, if you be on Reddit, you know. But the thing about it is that our shit, we're just a little bit more like, fuck y'all and what happens to you because you basically deserve it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to conservatives, I feel like that's what the crazy, like, cause like when you, like that Herman Cain Award shit that they have on Reddit, where it's literally like a whole subreddit of dedicated to conservatives who was talking shit about the vaccine and all this other shit, and then they end up dying from COVID. Like it's all like a whole subreddit dedicated to them. Nigga. Everyone you see is about a dead nigga. You know what I'm saying? And they be laughing and all this other shit. This is what that motherfucker get, whatever. So for me to read a report that says that this a motherfucker saying we should go cut off Clarence Thomas' head and burn down the Supreme Court, I believe they saying that shit. Do I think they're gonna do it? No. I think it'd be really hard to cut off a Supreme Court justice's head. I believe it is not as simple as just, you know what I'm saying, Grand Theft Auto mission where you got to take out a club boss. I think it's probably a lot harder than that. So I don't even think niggas are gonna try. But you know, whatever. The frustrating thing about that is though that other shit I do think motherfuckers will do, which is driving them fucking cars through crowds of people. The reason why I know they'll do it is because number one, they've already done it, and then since those last protests, all of these different states have made it easier to do it. They're like, oh, if you fear for your life and you kill some protesters in the road, and that's on them. Oklahoma being one of those motherfucking states. And just imagine a world where you're some fucking bullshit ass methed out hillbilly and you got cars behind you and protesters in front of you. You plow down the protesters in front of you, go to court and be like, well, I was boxed in and I thought that they were going to get me. I had a Confederate flag on my truck and I thought Black Lives Matter and Antifa were going to murder me. So I had to protect myself and my family. Yeehaw. Get her done. Spits in the spittoon. On some hillbilly shit. Fuck these hillbillies, bro. Cause that's what's gonna happen. That's I feel like that's really the more likely of scenarios to go down with all of this. And it's just wow, this is becoming like one of the biggest topics in America right now. And I'll be honest about this too. It's weird as a man because it don't really affect me like that. Like it kind of does. Like as a man, it will impact you. Like the fact that women can't have abortions will inevitably impact men as well. When you raising kids that you otherwise wouldn't have had to raise. paying child support, and you know, then you got this baby mama who like fucking your kid up because she didn't want it, but whatever. But just on a practical day-to-day level and just, you know, whatever, it's not really about me in any way, but it's one of the biggest things in my country, and I care about it because, you know, in the way that you advocate for people because it's the right thing to do. Oh, excuse me. But it's not like my fight, but it's like the biggest fight right now. So it's just wild. It's weird for it to even be like that. It's weird to live in a world where this is even a thing. I wish that shit didn't matter. I wish that we had a better handle on some of this stuff, but we just clearly do not. That's it for fucking depressing ass abortion shit, man. I don't want to talk about that anymore because there's no real solution to it, and that shit is sad as fuck. So let's talk about what these motherfuckers is talking about in space, bro. Niggas, they on this space shit, y'all. I'm not gonna cap. How bad these niggas want to go to space kind of bothers me, because why y'all trying to leave us broke people here? Why is Elon Musk and them trying to, you know what I'm saying? I already get kind of questionable. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, the richest motherfuckers on the planet, trying to burn Earth down and go leave us for Mars. And that shit just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Mars doesn't even have any water. They're like, well, we got evidence that Mars used to could have had some water. Like, nigga, Earth surely, definitely do have some water. We got the water. America, Earth, I feel like Earth should feel like Viola Davis and Fences. If you haven't seen Fences, you need to watch Fences. Fences is an amazing movie. And basically, Denzel Washington's character, Troy Maxson, is just dogging the shit out of his wife because he's mad at the white man. So he's like, fuck this bitch. I know I'm trying to get better at the bitch and shit, but that I was using that for context because that's how Troy Maxson was acting. You know what I'm saying? Out here in these streets while she over here doing everything for this nigga, cooking and cleaning, snot nose crying every time he do something wrong, and then gonna come home talking about he got another baby and she gotta raise the baby for the nigga and shit. Like, boy, Fences is wild. And that nigga never appreciated her, and she was always there cooking, cleaning, and snot crying for this nigga, still over here talking shit to other niggas who trying to downplay him on his funeral because she like, nah, your daddy was a real nigga, basically. Like, boy, that's Earth. We got all the resources. We got everything niggas need. We already here. We Viola Davis. Mars is that greasy bitch that he had the baby with. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing. Ain't got shit for shit. Ain't got nothing. Ain't got nothing but magic and wonder. You trying to go out here and dance and gallivant with a bitch don't even take care of herself. She gonna die. She gonna die. That's Mars. A bitch about to die. And these niggas is trying to leave us like we ain't got the water. Nigga, we got the water. They talking about they could have some water. We got the water. And then you don't even know what's out there. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So the report comes out. I'm going to play y'all this one. This is going to be one of the, since we got to redo it. So y'all better believe we going to get some audio on this motherfucker since we had to redo this episode just because I fucked up and didn't do the audio right. So hold on. Let's see.
In the first hearing of its kind in 50 years, defense officials confirmed sightings of unidentified flying objects, or as the military calls them, UAPs. But
we have detected no emanations within the UAP task force that would suggest it's anything non-terrestrial.
Officials said there have been no collisions between U.S. aircraft and the objects, but there have been 11 near misses.
And have we attempted to communicate with those objects?
No.
We don't even put out a alert saying, you know, identify yourself.
Some of the objects, like the triangles in this video, were later classified as drones. But defense officials said there are sightings they still can't explain. The Defense Department says it is taking reports seriously and that it continues to expand its office that's gathering and analyzing reports of UFOs.
It's not about finding alien spacecraft, but about delivering dominant intelligence.
Some lawmakers said the sightings could be evidence of secret U.S. or foreign technology. But California Congressman Adam Schiff was unsure.
There is something there measurable by multiple instruments, and yet it seems to move in directions that are inconsistent with what we know of physics or science.
We're going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots to the west.
After the public hearing, a classified version of the hearing on UFOs continued behind closed doors. In Washington.
Of course, behind closed doors, a classified hearing of the whole shit. Man, y'all niggas, bro, you think you slick. You think you slick, bro. First of all, the fact that y'all even had a meeting in front of everybody where you like, yeah, we okay, so maybe it was like 400, 4,000. I don't remember if it was, I think it was 4,000. Was it 400 or 4,000? Something like that. Sightings of unidentified things, and just by military personnel. This is one of the things that I think is interesting about the story that they kind of like bury to me. They not saying that we got all of these accounts that we've confirmed by one way or another that we believe may be viable or true. They saying this is how many we have found as the military. This is how many the military's found. So we like know that it happened because we have cameras and voice recording conversations and all of that shit, and we know that that's what happened because we was there. That means that this happens more often than that, number one. Number two, if y'all are just now coming forward saying this shit happened, is this the reason why my nigga Marine Corps Jimmy is on the corner right now? Because y'all, I have a theory. I have a theory that a lot of these motherfuckers who ex-military, who on the side of the corners right now screaming and hollering about, you know, aliens and shit, motherfuckers be like, oh, they schizophrenic. Maybe my nigga seen something. Maybe my nigga seen something up there in one of them jets. Came back, tried to tell his commander, like, hey, my nigga, I seen something up there. He like, you ain't seen nothing up there. He like, no, I think I seen something up there for real. It was going against the wind. The wind was going 200 miles an hour. That shit was going against the wind. You know, shit, that's not even possible. I don't know what was going on. Commander like, you didn't see anything is what I'm trying to explain to you. You sound crazy, son. He's like, no, I seen it. We got to go tell other people. Next thing you know, my nigga 5150 got grippy socks on, getting filled full of motherfucking tranquilizers and shit like that. They get them all strung out on drugs, right? Release them back into society. Now my nigga start to withdraw. Now he start doing real drugs. My nigga using heroin. Now my nigga got a sign that he done stole off the corner talking about we buy ugly houses on one side, USMC vet on the other side. Marine Corps Jimmy end up on the corner of Kirby and 59. All behind some dry shit. See, y'all don't be thinking it through. Y'all don't be thinking it through. Y'all think that they won't do these things or something like that, but I know they will. I don't believe these niggas won't fuck us over. I know they will. So that's what really must have went down. They trying to hide it. They trying to hide the truth from us, y'all. We got to be willing to find it ourselves sometimes. But nah, for real, nigga. They talk about, oh, we're going to have another secret behind meetings doors where we talk about all the aliens we did find. The fuck? What was funny to me is when sometimes if you ever watch more footage of like Senate hearings and shit like that, you'll see that these niggas are really not that smart. The motherfuckers who be senators and running the nation, they're just not that smart. My nigga said, you didn't send out a message to them telling them like identify themselves or anything. What's the off chance you think if aliens came to Earth, they speak English? What's the off chance you think it is that if you would send out to the aliens, identify yourself, they gonna hit you back and be like, what up, dog? This your boy Lil Terry, you know what I'm saying? Coming from the 13th galaxy, pulling up on you boys, you know what I'm saying? What y'all got cracking. Is that what they thought? Or maybe my niggas like real proper type shit. Maybe it's like, hello, this is Sir Charles from the 4th galaxy. How can I assist you, human? Like, you know, we're humans. We know all. We are all knowing, and that's why we're here. So you cannot reach us, but we can reach you, and we know what you're saying, and we can communicate with you, sir. That's what they think. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think that if you was to encounter some aliens, and you was to, like, send out a transmission, and it was to reach they shit, I think that it would just alert them that you had capabilities that were like potentially dangerous to them, and I think they would kill you just like that. I think it would be over for you. I think aliens would kill us. That's why I'm not fucking with aliens. Y'all white people, bro. Y'all love space so much. You want to go to space and be in space and bring space here. What the fuck? No. Have you never seen a movie before? They will kill us all. They will kill us all, bruh. We won't even know what happened. We'll just be dead. Look at this shit. Look. NASA researchers want to send nude human images into space to start a conversation with aliens. To start a conversation with aliens? First of all, why do y'all keep thinking that they could talk back to you? Y'all niggas can't start a conversation with a Mexican and y'all trying to start conversations with a motherfucking alien. The researchers from the NASA Jet Propulsion. Whoa, nigga. Whoa, I said propulsion. Researchers from the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory and 11 scholars from an array of other institutions want to start a conversation with extraterrestrial life. The group of researchers crafted a scientific proposal, a beacon in the galaxy, to communicate with aliens through radio transmitted messages that include scientific notions that introduce characteristics of humanity to outer space. Researchers have proposed a plan to send encrypted messages into space towards what scientists believe to be the most likely area in the Milky Way containing intelligent life. The binary coded messages included a timestamp, location print, and a map of Earth and an illustration of our solar system, demonstrated mathematical operations, a visual representation of DNA, multiple helix structure, a hydrogen atom, and digitized images of 2 nude human bodies, 1 male and 1 female. If you haven't seen the bro, not picture. So okay, I'm gonna pull the picture up for the for those of y'all actually watching the video. Check this shit out. Okay, so if you look at the picture, it says on the left it has objects falling downwards for direction. I guess that's like to show them niggas that we got gravity. And then it's got like on the right, it's got the little double helix because it's supposed to like show them DNA structure. And then it's got a naked man and a naked woman who are clearly white. I'm not going to lie. They made it very obvious that the naked man and woman were white. The man ain't got no dick. I don't really understand how you wouldn't make the sexual anatomies of the man and woman more pronounced if you was trying to prove that they was man and woman. But I mean, you know, once again, I'm of the belief that if some aliens see these little doodles, they not gonna be like, oh hell yeah, those is niggas, we could go talk to them. They probably speak English. Like, what are they gonna think? What is this gonna mean to an alien, bro? I just don't feel like this makes any sense. I feel like this is stupid and a waste of money. And I don't want to know how much money. I don't even want to know how much money it costs. I know it don't say. Let's see, China, blah blah blah. Yeah, they not gonna tell you how much money they spending to send these little shitty digital images to motherfucking space. Them shits ain't even worth it. This is what I be talking about, bro. These niggas got money for everything except something that makes some motherfucking sense. They ready to burn the whole earth down and let climate change take us all to hell instead of just goddamn, you know, goddamn. They just, fuck. Instead of just taking care of the motherfucking earth we got. Y'all don't even want to take care of the earth we got. Y'all just want to let this whole motherfucker shrivel up and fall the fucking part. And then what? Shit, I don't know, man. These motherfuckers are stupid. I hate conservatives, bro. Every story, I didn't even realize every story so far that we done has more or less been about these weak ass motherfucking conservatives. And the next one is no motherfucking difference. This one comes to you out of Virginia in our U.S. news shit with some crazy ass motherfucking shit that I ain't never think I would see. This lady, it's the fight over CRT, y'all. Critical race theory is damaging these children in a way that they cannot come back from. And I think it's time that we take a stand. That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying, goofy ass. All right, listen, watch. I'm playing for y'all player pimps so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about because this shit here, brazy.
Freedom Senior Counsel. All right, so Melissa, your son is the father's black, you're white, and he'd never mentioned issues with race before. You're saying, what exactly changed?
Right. We didn't have issues before. He's in 8th grade. They introduced this critical program, and now he's having racial issues that was not there before.
What kind of racial issues is he having?
Well, he's seen himself just as a black man. He's seen things that don't go his way as racism, and he's finding safety in numbers now.
Safety in
So when
numbers.
you're saying he gets a bad grade at school, he blames racism, or a girl rejects him on a date, racism. Are those the kind of things you're seeing?
Yes, I ask him to clean the house, racism, yes.
You're kidding, right? Or are you serious?
So you concerned for
No,
your son,
I'm
but
serious.
you
They have
laughing
totally
and shit,
changed his
making
perspective. They have put him in a box.
So you're
him
saying
in a box, a black
he
box.
doesn't want to do his chores because that's racist?
He's using it as an excuse because they've told him that that's how people see him, is as a black man that the world is against, and shows it as a negative now.
All right, so counselor, you're going to litigate this because obviously this is brainwashing and it's having a deleterious effect on this young man's brain. Is this?
I don't even think there's any need to watch anymore. This, my nigga, like, what do these people be talking about? I got homies who I don't actually have any homies who grew up with just a white mama. Like, all the homies who I grew up with that was mixed, like all my homies, I know kids who did, but all my friends who had a white mom had their black dad at home too. You know what I'm saying? I never seen a white lady just raise a little black boy on her own. I'm saying that to say, I can imagine that it's extremely difficult. Like, not on no hating shit, not on no being funny shit. Genuinely, I can imagine it is very difficult in America to be a white woman raising a young black boy. Gotta be hard as fuck. There's literally no way it's not. And it's gotta be hard to be her son too. Because it's like I've said before that even though when I was younger, like I've had relationships with white women before and like whatever that, like as an adult, I don't necessarily think that I would pursue a white woman for a serious relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like moving forward, only because in America, it's just so much nuance to being black. And I kind of just would prefer to be with somebody who I don't have to explain that to. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I don't want to have to do all the time. I don't want to have to feel like when some shit happened to me and I feel like it's because I'm black, I don't want to have to wonder whether or not when I bring that to you, you're going to think I'm overreacting, or you're going to be like, you always feel that way, or you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't want to be with someone who had to question that. And for that to be your mom, it's got to be tough. It's got to be even tougher if she's on Fox News talking about my son got brainwashed by school because they told him he was black, which you should have told him. That was your job. You got this little nigga running around in high school before he found out he was black. That's your fault. He done got to high school and they was there. First of all, can you imagine the classroom? They sitting there in the class, you know what I'm saying? They learning about, I don't know what the fuck they was learning about. Who knows what they was really talking about? And the subject comes up, you know what I'm saying, that they was probably talking about history. Who the fuck knows? They're like, but if you mix, basically you black. And he's like, black? What's black? Like you guys, like Negroes? And they're like, yeah, you one of us, bruh. He's like, no. I live with my mom. She's white. My grandparents white. I have this whole white family. And they were like, my brother, look down. He looked down. He open hand looks at his palms. One of his friends, classmates, gently reaches over, grabs his hand, and turns it over and shows him the black side of his hand. Gasp! He's like, what the fuck is this? They like, that's your skin, my brother, you black. Of course my nigga went home to his mom and went off. Like, you had me over here thinking I was a Chet this whole time. I've been tucking in my motherfucker. I've been wearing Dockers to class and all this other shit. And you telling me that I'm black? This is ridiculousness. That's why I feel like I had to go down. That's how she acting. Like, my nigga came home in a fit and fury. Like, I can't believe your crack ass let me think that I was white. And I'm black. Black. This whole time. She said, no, really, though. She said safety in numbers, bruh. So he found some black friends. He ain't never had black friends before, and now it's just crazy to me. And first of all, I think she's lying. Like, not, I know it's not first of all because I've already said a lot of things, but a main point here is that I absolutely do not believe her. I don't believe that her son is walking around talking about, oh, you want me to clean my room? It's because I'm black. I don't think that her son is that fucking stupid. And if he is, it's her fault. If your son is that damn dumb and he done got that old and he ain't slow, it's on you. The fuck? Got this little nigga talking about, oh yeah, if he doesn't get a date, it's racist. She's like, haha, yeah, that's exactly how he is. That's why he fucking don't like you. That's why you think that he's critical race theory, and why he thinks that you're fucking MAGA mom. Like, what the fuck? Talking about, yeah, he does. Ha 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 ha. That's probably the energy that she has at home with that nigga, and that's why he be acting like that. Because she's like, oh, you think everything's because you're black. He's like, damn, nigga. Whatever. I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine that being my mom. I couldn't imagine. Can you think about where his dad is right now? I read something that the mom and dad not together. So this nigga is over here like, bro. As a nigga with 2 baby mamas, I can say that when your baby mamas do shit, even when you not with them no more, it still be feeling like a reflection of you, bro. Like when your baby mamas do goofy shit, you be like, why you have to be like this? My baby mamas ain't never done no stupid shit like this before, bro. I wouldn't even be able to fucking handle it. There's no way. There's no way I could even fathom dealing with that shit. Bruh. Throw the whole baby mama away, bruh. Throw the whole Virginia away. And they suing the school. I got nothing else for that. I really don't. Let's see. On to Texas news. What's going on in Texas, man? We've been talking about these crazy ass motherfuckers. This is where we would have some kind of. Oh, I feel like the Texas shit should be like horse, like you know what I'm saying, the and then the yeehaw. And Kaylee said on Twitter that she feels like I should do the yeehaw. Like they should give me, and I'm down to provide the soundbite of me doing it, but I still would like it put together in a more organized and nice fashion than just straight out me yelling yeehaw. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the voice of the yeehaw though. That'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? Sample my shit. Let's see. Texas news. Fentanyl test strips are illegal in Texas and is getting national attention. National harm reduction groups are turning their attention to Texas as news about the breadth. I don't know what that means. Of our state's overdose problem has grabbed headlines. Do y'all know that word? Breadth. BREADTH. Never in my life have I ain't even gonna cap it, y'all. We gotta see if that's a typo or if we just. Breadth. The distance or measurement from side to side of something. Wide range or extent. Okay. That's a word. But you know what I'm about to do? This is what I used to do all the time in English. Used to help me out. I'll find out what a word means, and if it's a hard word for me to say, I'll replace it. So let's run that bitch back. National harm reduction groups are turning their attention to Texas as news about the extent of our state's overdose problem has grabbed headlines. On Tuesday, the National Harm Reduction Coalition posted an article done in conjunction with the State of Reform, a group that hosts conferences around the country surrounding the health and policy and political reform, addressing the fact that fentanyl testing strips are still illegal in Texas despite the jump in overdoses and overdose deaths. Fentanyl testing strips can be used to test drugs, powders, pills for the presence of fentanyl, which is often more potent than the other drugs and can be fatal. The strips allow people to take extra steps to protect themselves or not take the drugs altogether. But under the Texas Controlled Substance Act, drug testing equipment is classified as drug paraphernalia, which makes it illegal for people to recreationally test. Despite that, some groups are still shipping the tests to Texas, and they're readily available on sites like Amazon. In a national report, State of Reform specifically pointed to Travis County in a recent medical examiner's report, which found that in 2021, drug overdoses were the leading cause of accidental deaths. Republicans don't fuck with harm reduction. Conservatives don't fuck with harm reduction at all because they don't. Harm reduction is basically the same thing as like access to safe abortions and contraceptives. Like it's all like basically harm reduction. It's the point is you can't get people to stop doing something, so let's try and give them a way to do things safer. You're not gonna get drug addicts to just stop doing drugs. So like, unless your philosophy is, well, if you do heroin and they put fentanyl in your heroin, you deserve to die because you were doing heroin, then it doesn't really make any sense for fentanyl strips to be illegal. But then when you think about the approach that these motherfuckers have on stuff, you then know that's why fentanyl strips are illegal here. And it's crazy with that because these are white people. You would usually think that in a situation like this, well, not usually you would think, but usually the way it works is in a situation like this, if it's white people that's being impacted by it, the reaction is a little bit different. You tend to have motherfuckers a little bit more willing to provide resources and assistance. But in this case, that was just not it. They say, fuck that. Let them die. That's wild to me. Texas always in the news for some shit it don't want to be in the news for or shouldn't want to be in the news for. And that's the craziest thing. Texas don't even mind being in the news for this shit. It's like, oh, whatever, nigga. We want to be known as the place that, you know, we're not liberal ass California where you can just smoke crack on the sidewalks. Not here in Texas. You walk down the sidewalks in Texas, you know what niggas be doing? Smoking crack. Smoking crack. Texas got everything it say it don't got. Everything it says that it's protecting against and not doing, Texas got a bunch of it. So just know. These niggas is hypocrites at fucking best. What else Texas got going on? Oh, this a real nice one. I like this story. By like this story, I mean this is an interesting little story. I'm gonna just play it for you. I'm not even gonna give you no headway into this one. We just gonna go ahead and get straight to it.
Carissa Nash was home when this happened at her door.
It was terrifying.
A neighborhood boy angrily knocking and lashing a whip at her door.
When I look on the doorbell camera, I can see, he actually has a whip. So I just, swing the door open. I'm like, what's going on? You need to leave.
The family says this started Thursday after school when their daughter and the neighborhood boy were walking.
My mama would have opened that door and took that whip from that boy and she would have hit him with it. Like, I feel like she would have hit that little boy with the whip. My mama is not even, bruh. Okay, let me.
Walking back home.
This one particular kid was hitting the girls with the skateboard, and she retaliated and hit him back. One of the other kids pushed him in some water, pushed him from behind. He fell into a puddle of water. When he got up, the first person he seen was our daughter. So he assumed that she did it.
They also claim this scratch on the car was also from the whip.
It's a deep scratch and not something that you can fill in or buff away.
When Desiree Nash walked over to confront the boy's dad about this.
As soon as he opens the door, I see that he has a weapon behind his back and he's leaning up against the doorway.
He tries to show the neighbor what happened, but told him to get away. After the discussion got heated, Nash says the neighbor fired off a shot.
His daughter was standing behind him in the doorway. She could have easily been hit by the bullet. My wife could have been hit. I could have been hit.
Nash says then the cops arrived. Late Saturday, the Kaufman County Constable Precinct 2 confirms to CBS 11 News that neighbor was charged with deadly conduct because of reckless discharge of a firearm, and the man has since bonded out of jail.
Of course, he bonded out. Of course. The craziest thing about that to me is that these niggas still gotta live next door to that motherfucker, bro. Like, he ain't going nowhere. It's first of all, think about the house that this little white boy live in. That when he got into a little neighborhood scuffle with some of the neighborhood kids, his immediately thought was, I'm gonna go home and get my whip. I'm gonna go home and get my whip, and I'm about to show you niggers. You know that's what my man, bro, what? Man runs home, goes to the Mark Furman Nazi Hall of Fame Museum or whatever the fuck they got inside that house. Because if you got a whip in your house, it ain't just, or, okay, so look, my first opinion on this was that he went and got that whip from his family's collection of racist memorabilia. Because I'm also thinking, if you got a whip, I know you got 13 Confederate flags. I know you got a noose. I know you probably, you know what I'm saying? You probably got all kinds of antique slave equipment. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they used to use to hold. These are some real shackles from off one of the boats. You know what I'm saying? But maybe they just nasty. Maybe little Billy went and got that whip that Billy Daddy be using on his mama. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go with my first thing. They ain't nasty. They racist hillbillies. Fuck them. But then when the dad goes to confront the dad of the girl, you know what I'm saying, goes to confront the white dad, he walks, so he's standing at the door and he got the Thule right behind him. So he's literally waiting for this. Like, this is the moment he waiting for. He was ready to do this shit. And it's my firm belief that if that man takes a step too close, or that, I feel like the only reason why he not dead is because that white man didn't think that he had quite done enough to justify it. But that's all he was hoping. Like, if he come at me just a little bit too aggressive or anything like that, I'm gonna kill him right here in front of his wife. That's the whole reason why he got that motherfucking pistol. So you know the energy that he come at with in that house. And he looked drunk as shit. And then he's fucking Cheddar Bob anyway. Goddamn, y'all remember on 8 Mile when Cheddar Bob shot himself? That's this goofy ass nigga. Got Cheddar Bob living next to you. He trying to grab his gun to scare you, and he done almost shot his own motherfucking daughter. The fuck? And they gonna give him some light ass slap on the wrist charge. They gave him deadly conduct. And he over here looking like, bro, let me show y'all this man motherfucking mugshot real fast. I gotta show y'all this man mugshot. Look at this nigga. Do you see this nigga, bro? It's no way that Brian Cheddar Bob Brunson is about to get, bruh. He's obviously a drunk. I can't fuck with this nigga, bro. He's obviously a drunk ass hillbilly, and now this nigga gotta live right next to me. Hell no, bruh. There's no motherfucking way. How I'm supposed to feel safe? How my daughter's supposed to feel safe? And we got your crazy ass living across the street. Like, at the end of the day, you know what's gonna happen is that the black family is gonna be the ones that's gonna more than likely have to move. Because they not taking it. They not going to take this shit seriously like they need to. And one of the reasons why they know they not is because out of all the shit that you done seen them say on this, you ain't seen not one report of nobody calling CPS. And can you give me a quality reason why you would not call CPS in a situation like this? Like, why would you not call Child Protective Services when a motherfucker just walked out his house stumbling drunk with a gun to confront his neighbor because some shit his son did, and then he almost shot his daughter? You don't think CPS needs to get called about that? But let them find a little bit of weed in your house. They be trying to take your fucking kids, bro. That's what I be talking about. These and again, the pro-life people don't give a fuck. The pro-life people ain't worried about that little girl getting shot by her motherfucking daddy. Whatever, man. That shit just trash. When I seen that shit, I'm like, bro, that is motherfucking trash. It's no way. Little baby Billy Bob, Cheddar Bob Jr. better be glad. Boy, you come to my house with that shit, one of my daughters, bro, I'll be done kicked your ass in the chest, bro. I'd have opened that door and kicked that little white boy so hard. I don't give a fuck. It ain't child abuse. He ain't my child. This battery. This assault. This is assault on a minor, maybe. I'll take that. I'm over here pleading my case, bro. This little nigga right, and you on my Ring doorbell, bro. You about to be a world record child punt, nigga. I'm about to Hayukin. Nigga, you get anyway. That's all I got for this, man. We're gonna take another quick break, and we're gonna be right back with some more of your favorite motherfucking podcast.